a little more effectively. It's really good with using infographics or posters or flyers, and we're going to focus on the infographic portion. Now, if you notice, there's a couple ones in the infographic here. If you scroll up to the top that say featured, and we're going to use those because featured means free. So, and we can still edit a lot of the different featured options. Now, let's say we use this template, for example. And we'll click use this template. And so if you notice, this template comes with a lot of different options, or at least different pages, and we don't need that many. We're just going to focus on one, and we can make it bigger or smaller as we go through. But so for now, we'll just focus on just the one. And then very similar to those who have used Canva, you can edit and delete different things. We can move this up to the top. And I always encourage, we don't need that much title space, so we can always minimize our font size if we needed to. We can even go here. We can change the font. We could underline it, align it in different ways. We can change the spacing of it, or even arrange this into different ways. Now, if you notice on the left side, we have graphics, uploads, background, text, color scheme, and tools. So we're going to go ahead and first start with, we'll go ahead and use our tools, shapes and icons. So shapes are going to be very similar to shapes would be in Canva. And so to set a shape, if we wanted to, we could put this here. So for example, if I wanted to create a new color, kind of a different style. So let's say I want to create like a barrier. I could put this here. And then what I could do is, if you notice this little one that says arrange, send to the back. And what that does is it allows the text to be front and then the actual pattern here designed to the back. And so, of course, if I would like, I could select background. And that would change the background of the entire panel. So once you select one background, just be a little bit careful, and we'll go back to different things you can do with background later. Just be careful how you use your background for now. Now, we can also, there's a whole checklist for landscape. So if I wanted a flower, I could add a flower right there. If I wanted office stationery, sure, a nice metal. There we go. Wonderful. So in different options that you could do to place in for shapes and icons. Lines are going to be very similar to adding a line in the sense where if you add a line, it just creates a little very nuanced detail to create separation between things. So I could say, okay, well, this is going to be the difference to here, right? So lines just create different ways of separation. Photos, they have some pre-stocked photos for you. And just like using Canva, the best way to set that up is like a photo frame. And here's where I think Piktochart becomes very unique, was their frames. So if you notice, this has a half one right there, and there's another half one right there that's already being used, but we could also use a normal one, a rectangle. We could use this bubble, or in a box square. We could use this one, lots of different frames. So for example, let's say I click this frame, and I want this frame to fit right into here. Right, let's maybe move it up a little bit. Then we go back to our photos. I select this photo. Oh, that's nope. And then boom. And now it's right in there and it has this little design to it. So photo frames is really going to be your way to go. And there's all these different frames that you could use and design to your own kind of creativity, however you see fit. Now, if that's for selecting photos, you can find the ones here. You can also go to Tools. Oh, I'm sorry, Uploads. And I've uploaded these before. You just click Browse Images, right? Let's say I have this one of a dog. It'll upload the dog. Let's say I do a photo frame of... Well, that's kind of interesting. I didn't expect that. Let's use a nice little... This one. Why not? Right, and so for this one, you notice it's pretty large, so we make this a little bit smaller. And then I go to my upload with my dog in frame, and then boom. Now if I wanted to, I could double click it, and from here you could change exactly what you're focusing on. So maybe I'm focusing on that part of it, right? So that it would show up something like this. So same thing here, by double clicking it, you can move this in any direction that you see fit to edit it. Okay? And that's kind of how we edit our images, and we can extend this and make them a little bit longer. In addition, let's say I liked this color format and I wanted to add one here. If you notice, there's some options here. Add a block, clone a block, and settings. So we're going to ignore the settings part for right now, but clone a block just means copy. So now I've copied that whole entire block. Now, which is a lot. So maybe you just want to use that so you can use the same style over again. And we can undo it if we're not happy with it. Add a block just means we've added this whole block right here. Or if, let's say, for example, we need to, we can add more space down here. Then we can just go to our graphics. We could go into our shapes and icons. We just go to our shapes. And again, we could just add a little block of separation here. Boom. Change the color to whatever we'd like, right? These are the original ones. And now we can add some more information here, and we can extend this and extend that. So this is just an easy way to create different examples of background images. Okay, and I'll play around with a quick option to see if this is possible. I was just kind of curious. Oh, let's say here we delete that, and we can delete that way. Okay. Then we add text. There's lots of different cool text options that you can add to make this look more interesting. And right, we can also change how much of the background is being influenced. And the color scheme just means what's the color scheme of this in general. What's your color scheme of the selection that you chose. That's the basics on how to use different styles of Piktochart. The last thing that we're going to cover is let's extend this a little bit, and let's extend this. And this is what we want to really focus on is tools, charts. So we can add charts here, and the charts are actually, even though they seem complex, they're, design-wise, will look much more superior to other charts. So let's say, for example, we want to use a pie chart. Now, we had a survey over, are you a cat person or are you a dog person? So our title is cat versus dog. And in our data, we have cat, we have dog, and we have both. And we don't need these, of course. And let's say 60%, let's go with 30% of the people like cats. There was 40% like dogs, and then another 30% were both. So now we have a nice visual chart. And when you click this little setting button, a lot of cool things you can do. You can change the individual colors to whatever color that you want to represent. So you can change the text to gray, to black, or to white. You can have the position of the title at the top or the bottom. You can have a legend or not. You can have data labels, so it gives you the number of each one or not. The legend can be to the left of it or maybe to the right of it. And then here, well, it depends on how you want the colors to face. Right? So maybe you want the majority at the top, whatever it is that you decide to do. And again, you have different options. You have the vertical bar, the triangle bar, horizontal, our pie chart, a hierarchy, gauge, lots of different options that you can use. And once you're done, you just click Insert Chart. And now you have a nice, really professional looking chart all set up for you. And if you really want to get fancy, if you're using any information from a map, let's say, for example, we search for United States. And let's go with regions, or you can go to North America, whatever it is that you want. We can edit this map. Cool thing is, I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do here, but let's say we want to go into Greenland or the United States, or let's just go back to make things a little easier. Let's go to countries. Let's type in United States again. Let's edit this map. All right, so the cool thing here is you can change and edit different colors on the map to represent different information. So if your survey used some sort of map data, right, you can have different map and then add different data. So maybe this says population, but maybe you say like dogs, right? And 20 people in Massachusetts like dogs, right? So, and then let's say in Minnesota, it's 100 people. So different things that you can do to represent, and then you would click, right, our data. Have different border colors if you want. All right, show selected states. You can hide them. You can show them. Whatever you want to do, you insert the map. And it'll have some information here and a color coding for maps as well if that's something that you want to do. When you're done, you can preview it here. Exit the preview, download, and download as a PDF. Oh, well, download as a PNG. It'll be an image. Quality will do normal, and then download as a PNG, and you'll be all set.